All right, guys, racing season is officially over. At least for me, it is. There are two more big money races, I believe, but I'm not a part of those races. I just don't have the time anymore. The sunrise is so late in the morning now that I no longer have the ability to rate to train the birds. I'd have to outsource, have to find somebody that I trust to take the birds down the road for me. And honestly, on these races, these guys, that have been doing this for so long and have won so many times, they're going to put their best. They're going to put their best effort. They're going to put their best birds in it, and they have the time. So how can I expect the birds to compete? How can they expect the birds to do well when I can only give them so much? It just makes sense. To think that I can even do well on a race like that when I know or I should say, how little I can give these birds now towards the end of the season just would make no sense for me. Maybe in the future when I know I can give them more, when I can get them down the road, when I can provide a better schedule for these birds, I may go ahead and compete. I compete in my races, my club races, because it supports the club, and I'm about supporting your clubs. I compete on those races. But even then, I did very poorly on our big money race. The birds were hours late. It was kind of a smash race. It started raining towards the end. The birds were probably about a half hour away from home, and it just started pouring. It was thunderstorming. So I'm not making excuses for the birds. They simply didn't do well. There was a winner, obviously, but I think the results of this race would have been way different had the weather been favorable. And again, that doesn't mean to say that, hey, I recommend or I condone training your birds on poor weather, because that makes no damn sense. We don't race in poor weather. If we had known that the weather would have been bad, the race would have been moved and or canceled or whatever the case may have been. So it doesn't make any sense, guys, to take your birds on the road on a rainy day or on a shitty day. They don't do this naturally. You look on on a day that's rainy, you don't see birds just flying around randomly. They stay put, and that's how you should train your birds as well. As long as the weather's favorable, take them down the road, train them. If it is raining, lightly outside, I may, let them out of the loft for a loft fly or something of that nature, but I don't take them down the road. Needless to say, guys, we did super this year. I know a few of you guys were asking. That's why I decided to make this video. We did well every year. Last year included, and in 17. I just don't like to make these sort of videos because I feel like I'm bragging, for lack of better words here, but we did super. As you guys know, we won the Bob Barnes race, which was on the 31st, and we went ahead and won the next 5 races in a row, with the exception of the one. The one I came in second place, and I was 36 seconds behind. Now, the reason I consider that a win for myself, and most guys would consider a second place a win, but in this particular instance, I wasn't home to witness the race. I wasn't home to help the birds out, nor was my wife. We were on a small family vacation, so the bird came in, and as my birds all do, they land in that damn tree because it's the highest point in the yard. They'll land up there, and if I'm not there to call them down within a few seconds, they can sit up there for minutes. Sometimes I've had birds sit up there for almost close to an hour because, again, they've flown so far, they're tired, they finally landed, they're familiar, they're close to home, so they're going to do what they do. So unfortunately, I wasn't there to call the bird down, and to lose by 36 seconds, to me, I know the bird, and I know the bird did that much better, but I'm not taking that away from anybody. That's pigeon racing, guys. You're not going to win them all, and yes, there's going to be all sorts of circumstances that will take that win from you, and I'm more than fine with that. Personally, I still consider it a win, and to win 5 races in a row, anywhere from 250, or let me backtrack, anywhere from 180 miles, 250 miles, 2 300s, and then another 180. So we're talking every distance. A couple of these races were combine races, so I raced multiple members from different clubs. It was a good year. It was a good year. This doesn't make me some sort of champion, guys. I'm not, soliciting here to sell birds or anything in that nature. Please don't ask, because I don't sell pigeons. That's not what I'm about. I enjoy the sport. That's why I do it. Same reason I make these videos, because I enjoy it. It's not a monetary gain of any sort. So I'm not here to promote anything. All I wanted to show you guys is how we did this year, because I'm proud of it. We don't run point standing on young bird races, so I don't know how I would have fared in terms of champion loft or champion bird or something in that nature, but I think I would have done well. I competed in 11 races and I won 5. So I mean, I almost won half the races that I competed in. I think I would have done very well, but at this point, it doesn't really make a big difference. Here, for instance, is a 300-mile race. It was 288 for me. I took first and second. This was a combine race. Let me go ahead and back out of here. On that same day, I think it was the 7th, was the B race or the open race. I went ahead and won that. No, this was the truck race. This is the race I won in 2017, and I took second place last year in this race. I won again with first and second. This was 300. We went right back to the 180 the following week, and that's when I lost it by 36 seconds. And you can see here, 36 seconds to Blake Jr. Now, Blake is a good guy. He is a real pigeon guy. I take nothing away from him. He won this race fair and square. You can see the difference between him and myself. There's a 17-mile airway gap. And again, to come in 36 seconds, I'm super proud of those results. For me, it's a win. I know this bird, if you guys remember on the very first race, 14:35, came on the drop. I was 3 minutes behind against almost 600 pigeons. So I know damn well this bird did super. I just wasn't there to call him down. And that's maybe where I lost those 36 seconds, which again, it's you know, it's not the end of the world, guys. The second place is still a win in my book.
Second place is fine.
The second place is fine. That's correct, Romeo. And this is, of course, the Bob Barnes that we won the very first race. So we did well, guys. So if you guys are following along, that's awesome. If not, this is just a short video showing you guys, you know, how we did this year. Like I said, it'd be nice to see how I would have fared on the points. But we don't follow that. Nobody's there to really do those things. So that's fine. I'm still okay with that. There's 4 wins in the book and a second place win. There's going to be quite a few sleepless nights going through the breeders, seeing who bred what and from where and this and that. You guys know how we play the game. So needless to say, it was a good year, guys. You know, we'll see how it goes. I obviously have to get rid of a few birds. The birds that didn't perform are going to be eliminated. The birds that didn't breed well are going to be eliminated. The birds that did perform well, but I cannot keep, those birds will find homes because I can't bring myself to eliminate a good racing pigeon. Even though I don't myself have the space for it, there's going to be someone that will be more than happy to take these birds. There's a lot of new members out there. There's a lot of guys that are hurting for pigeons, good birds, and I believe that a bird that took a second place on a race is a pretty damn good bird. So, again, I'm not promoting anything. Please don't ask because I don't sell pigeons. I'm not here to promote any sort of, selling of anything. So don't ask. I know it sucks. I know a lot of you guys that are out there are looking for good birds, and these, for me, have been pretty super pigeons. But again, I'm not into that. I'm not gonna sit there and make the effort, honestly, to run and basket and box and ship, and it's a lot of run around, and that's not why I do this. And I don't want this to become some sort of job. I just want it to be fun. As long as I'm having a good time doing it, I'm going to continue doing it. So I apologize for those guys that are really interested in pigeons. I mean, if you ever make it to Michigan, by all means, get a hold of me. Maybe we can meet up. I'll put you guys down on a couple pairs. No problem. I have no interest in your money. I'm here to help the sport out as much as I can. So I don't know what's next, guys. We'll probably go through the breeders here, so I might make a video of that. I'm not, I like to involve. I consider you guys family at this point, especially my loyal subscribers that follow week after week. So I'll make something for you because I know even myself, I get home every night and I immediately open YouTube to see who posted what, just to see what's going on. And with that being said, guys, there's a new. Let me rephrase it because I'm not sure how new he is because he's got tons of videos out there. Blessings Loft. He's got minimal views, but he's got tons of videos out there, and they're pretty darn good. The guy seems like a pretty good guy, and I'm starting to notice him come around, comment on different videos. So let's go ahead and give him some support, guys. Blessings Loft. I'm sure he'll comment. You can go ahead and click on his link, and let's support each other. Let's keep the videos coming. I've been working with him to start filming his videos with his phone held sideways because the screen's so narrow. So we've been working back and forth on getting that set up for him. But again, his content's pretty darn good. I like watching it, honestly. Once we figure out this whole phone sideways deal, I think that videos would be much, at least that much better. So let's support each other, guys. Blessings Loft, giving you a shout out. Hopefully, let's get the support going for each other. 'Cause this is why we do it, right? I mean, unless you're there for the monetary gain, we're here to support each other. Guys, I'll see you on the next one.